Nothing says good morning like watching recaps of the Senate confirmation hearings and eating Frosted Flakes. Hugo's having a rough time eating this morning. I think he caught one of the pills. Usually when he catches one of the pills in his food, he doesn't trust me anymore. So I've had to move his food around and stuff. There's no trust anymore. How could you do that to me? So I have to go take my cousin to a doctor's appointment, so that's what we're gonna do. Super exciting, I know. So we're done with the appointment and we're heading home. I'm so frustrated with everything right now, the government and all the things that are going down. It's just such a scary thing, everything that's happening. The fact that Congress did a procedural vote to get rid of the Affordable Care Act last night, in the middle of the night, all sketchy. Granted, it was just a procedural vote, but it just shows where their priorities are. I just don't understand, first, the people that supported that and voted for that to be our future. I don't get those people. And I also don't get how, the government that's supposed to be protecting the people, would want 20 million people to not have health insurance anymore, would want pre-existing conditions to not be covered anymore, would want insurance companies to limit the amount of coverage. So we're only going to cover 100,000 of your bills, and then you're on your own. Vote against keeping people under 26 on their parents' plan. I just don't understand how anyone with a heart could be against that. There's just so much ignorance on this topic on Twitter. It makes me insane. For example, people complaining that it's mandated. Well, in order to have those benefits, there also needs to be, it can't just be sick people on the plan. The insurance companies would go bankrupt, and that would be pointless. And no one's complaining that Social Security is mandated, Medicare tax is mandated. This guy literally just made a right from the left lane. I just can't even. No one's complaining that you're required to get car insurance. I get that you want spending money, you want to get the latest iPhone and all that. But then when you get sick and you have to go to the emergency room because you don't have insurance, and let's say you can't pay that bill, taxpayers pay that. And it floods the emergency room with non-emergent cases, which is also a problem. I have experience with this. Back when I was in college, when I was pre-med, one of the programs I was working on was developing kind of a mobile primary care program for the underserved areas in Alachua County. So, there was a huge issue in Gainesville, like in many places, where people that are uninsured and low income and all that, they don't have insurance, so they go, if they get sick, they go to the emergency room. Like I said, it floods the emergency room with non-emergent cases, it slows down the emergency rooms, and again, like I said, if they can't pay it, taxpayers pay, so it doesn't make sense. I just find it hard to believe that every single person that voted for the Orange Man, in essence, voting against the Affordable Care Act, I just find it hard to believe that all of those people don't know a single person in their life with heart disease, cancer, asthma, diabetes, any of these chronic conditions that would be considered a pre-existing condition should the Affordable Care Act be repealed and insurance companies be allowed to discriminate again. I find it hard to believe that that they're not a woman, or they don't have a woman in their life, that they feel that they shouldn't have to pay more for insurance, which is what was happening before the Affordable Care Act. You want to complain about prices going up, you want to complain about premiums going up, I hear you, I agree, but that has nothing to do with the Affordable Care Act. That has everything to do with the insurance companies and the fact that there are no cost controls on insurance companies. We pay more for prescription drugs than any other country for the same exact drugs. Why is that? Why is that? Is it because of the Affordable Care Act? No. It's because we have no controls over the insurance companies. And it's a for-profit system. So they want to make more profit, they raise the prices. It's as simple as that. It has nothing to do with the Affordable Care Act. The Affordable Care Act was built in a way to fund itself. That's why the GOP wants to repeal it, because what'll happen is all their buddies at the top earners, will get a huge tax break, because that's one way that the Affordable Care Act is paid for, through taxes on, I think it's like, don't quote me on this, I think it's like if you make over, I don't know, it's like super high up there. It's like, I think the top 2% of earners or something. But again, don't quote me on that specific number, because obviously I'm driving, I can't look it up, but that's one of the ways it's paid for. Also, you want to complain about prices going up, premiums going up? Well, if you're in a state with a Republican governor, there's a big chance that your great old Republican governor voted against the Medicare expansion, which was the option to help fund the Affordable Care Act in their state. Expanding Medicare in their state. The states that did that don't see as high of increases. In my case, I'm in Florida. I have lots of friends and family complaining about the Affordable Care Act. Well, they're not complaining to the piece of crap, Rick Scott. They're not complaining to him, even though he's basically the scum of the earth and has been against any sort of positive change in Florida. But what's funny about Mr. Rick Scott is that now he's trying to get the government to pay him back. He's not expanding Medicare. But he still wants that money back. But he doesn't want to say that it's because of that. And how he wanted federal funding for the Fort Lauderdale shooting situation. Wait, buddy, I thought your kind didn't like big government. I thought you guys could handle it yourself. Leave it to the states, right? You don't want big government, federal government coming in and giving you money and stuff. No! That's handouts, right? You're supposed to be against that. Come on. It's just crazy. Absolute insanity. And federal funding for the Zika virus thing. It's like, you can't have it both ways. You cannot have it both ways. It really bugs me when I hear people say my premium went up, blah, 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 all this stuff. Dude, premiums go up for everything. Car insurance goes up, prices change. Budget for it. The way that insurance works, and especially the Obamacare insurance exchange, it's based on your income. So if they're saying this is how much you pay per month, that means based on your income, you can afford that. If you couldn't afford it, you would be getting subsidies. So once again, maybe you don't get the newest iPhone. I still have the iPhone 6. It still works great. Well, I had to get it replaced, but it's another story. But it's like, health insurance is important. Budget for it. Just like you budget for your car payments, and you budget for your car insurance, and you budget for flood insurance if you're in Florida, or your house insurance, mortgage payments. You manage to get all that stuff, rent, all of that. Rent goes up too sometimes. Personally, I wish it was a single payer system. Personally, I wish that we didn't have to worry about paying the premium or doing this and that or whatever, that it just came out of our taxes. We just never saw it. Nobody's complaining about Social Security taxes. Nobody's complaining about Medicaid or whatever, Medicare taxes. Why? Because they don't ever see that money still being taken from us, but for whatever reason, it's a little less painful. I personally think too that there needs to be more controls more cost controls, both on the insurance companies and the doctors. There's one time where I got a UTI. I knew I had a UTI because I get them often. And it was, I think, a Sunday, and it was just so painful, so I had to go to the urgent care center. That trip, mind you, I pee in the cup myself. They don't have to do anything. They literally take my vitals, take down my symptoms, pee in a cup, they like dip one of those strips in it. They don't even give me the prescription. They write me a prescription. They don't give me the medicine for antibiotics. $800. And that's with insurance. $800. You think that actually costs $800, that whole thing? No, it doesn't. As much as people don't want controls, it's like, in this country, greed overtakes all. And when you have greed, it's just a mess. Let's say you try to control the insurance premiums, how high they could go. Well, insurance companies will go bankrupt if you're not controlling what doctors can charge, like the maximums that they can charge. Because insurance companies will either have to cover it, or the people will get dropped, like they'll drop this particular area or the state or whatever. You know, and if you control what doctors charge and not what insurance companies charge, well, then they can just increase their profits by increasing the premiums anyway. You know, everyone has to work together. I don't understand why that's such a terrible thing. You know, it just makes me so mad. Got a package. This lighting is terrible. Oh my god. Ooh. Oh my god. They are crazy. I swear. It Cosmetics has to be like the nicest brand that's around. They're so nice. Let's see. I'm going to try these. Ooh. So those are their illuminators. These are the two ones that they had before. Sorry, the lighting is so bad. So these are the two ones they had before. This is a cream one, and this is, oh, they're both cream ones. And then these are the ones that were created by the It Girls, Loie Lane, Bella Noir, and Millie Franc. And listen to Hugo drink water. And I know this is my favorite serum. I've been loving it, guys. Loving it. This I haven't tried. This is their anti-aging collagen veil primer. This is their luminizing stick. This though, oh my god, you guys know that this, I'm obsessed with this. Now I can have one in my purse and one on my nightstand. I love this. So good. It's so good. Legit, the best thing ever. Lip liners and lipsticks. I always like to take photos of stuff before I use it, so I'm gonna get to doing that so I can use them ASAP. So I know in one of my vlogs I mentioned about like a specific to-do list. So I created this weekly checklist. This isn't really my like to-do list. This is just a weekly checklist of things that I need to do and I want to do on a weekly basis, but I tend to forget because they're not that exciting. So some of them are like, you know, uploading videos, doing a blog post. This is just so I'm more consistent. Cleaning out the fridge, creating a to-do list, reading, exfoliating my face, walking the dogs at least once a week. And then I know that sounds like crazy, but you know, I have a big backyard, so the dogs usually like just run around for like a long time every single day instead of me like walking them, just because I have to walk them separately and it's very difficult. It's only like I can only do it certain times of the day because there's so many like loose animals in my neighborhood. It's crazy. The listing 10 items on eBay, brushing my dog's teeth, earthing, going to the gym at least once a week, cleaning my retainer. I just did that. Washing the dog bowls, I did that today, and face mask. I know it seems silly to create a list like this, but I find that it's been helping me like tackle more of these tasks because I can see them and I can easily check them off, and I get super excited when I can check off lots of them. And yeah, the goal is to finish them all every week. If I can't for whatever reason, I'm not gonna like cry about it. I think last week I got everything done except for doing a video for my Tried and Trending channel, so that's not too bad. So then I also create a to-do list as well. So with my regular to-do list, I'll put all kinds of things there that I need to do. I guess not necessarily, I mean, I guess I could do them at some point in the week, but just like the day-to-day stuff. For example, I may not have to do laundry every week, so it doesn't make sense to put on my weekly list, but I could put that on my regular to-do list. And I split it half and half. I do, the left side is stuff that's more professional, like for work stuff or YouTube or whatever, and then the right hand side is personal stuff. And my key for making myself feel like I'm super productive is I put all kinds of things on the list. I mean, I don't put like brush your teeth and things like that, but lots of household things that we spend a lot of time doing. But for example, if you spend the entire day doing household stuff and it's not on your to-do list, when you go to look at your list, it looks like you did nothing for that day and you just feel kind of discouraged that you didn't accomplish. But if you put that kind of stuff on your list and you can cross out all of that stuff, like it just makes you feel a lot more accomplished for that particular day. For example, I put loading the dishwasher, unloading the dishwasher, washing my whites, washing my colors, drying them, putting them away. All of that stuff I put on the list because all that stuff takes time and it's stuff you need to do. So being able to cross it out still makes me feel like, okay, I'm making progress with the things that I need to do. They may not be the most important things, but they're important and they need to get done. So everyone has a different opinion on that kind of stuff. But for me, it's just much easier for me to see it visually and tackle it visually, if that makes sense. I still have to put makeup on and get to work. So I am going to work now. There probably won't be that much vlogging after work just because I already have over 20 minutes of footage, I think, or maybe more than that. Actually, yes, more than that. So it's already gonna be a long one. So there's that. Hey guys, I'm gonna end this vlog. I just got home. Hope you guys had an awesome day and see you guys tomorrow.